Yo, what's up, everyone? It's Professor RealTalk. I'm going to kick this class off with a question. How many of you have signed something without actually reading it? A lease, a car loan, new iPhone upgrade, gym membership, even just hitting that little I agree button on a website? Yeah, if you're being honest, probably all of us. And guess what? That moment right there is business law in action. Whether you realize it or not, law runs through everything you do. Your job, your side hustle, your money moves, even your Friday night DoorDash order. Now, let me tell you a quick story to make this real. One of my buddies, super sharp guy, hustler type, signed a lease for his food truck spot. It was only 3 pages long, looked very clean, the rent was fair. He thought he was set. But buried in the middle of the lease in some legalese he didn't understand was a clause that made him responsible for all parking lot repairs, not just sweeping up trash, repaving the asphalt, restriping the lot. When the landlord hit him with a bill for 30 grand, he almost fainted. That's 30 grand he didn't have. 30 grand that could have been invested in his business. But he had no choice. He had signed the contract. Welcome to business law. Now, here's the thing. I'm not here to turn you into lawyers. That's not what this class is about. What I am here to do is to help you see how rules of business, the contracts, the fine print, the liability waivers, the consumer protections actually show up in your life every single day. Because let's be real, law is everywhere and ignoring it doesn't protect you. Think about this. Your job offer letter, that's a contract. If you ever had to sign an employee handbook, that's not just paper. That is a legal agreement about how you're expected to behave at work. When you join a gym, they make you sign a waiver. That's them protecting themselves from getting sued if you fall on the treadmill. You order something off of Amazon and it arrives broken, suddenly you're dealing with consumer law, warranties, return policies, even your Netflix subscription. Well, that's a contract. They promise you streaming, you promise to pay every month. That is law. Now, most people walk around clueless about this. They think law is something that happens to courtrooms, on TV dramas, or in big corporate deals. Nope. It's happening when you swipe your credit card, when you download an app, when you Venmo your friend for dinner. And if you don't see it, well, you're the one getting played. That's why I get hyped about teaching business law, because once you start to see it, you can't unsee it. You start spotting the traps. You start asking better questions before you sign. You start protecting yourself, your money, and your future. That's what I want for you. Now, here's a real talk promise. By the end of this course, you'll know how to spot the legal landmines before you blow up your wallet, your business, or your reputation. And no, you don't need to speak lawyer language. You don't need to memorize cases or statutes. You just need to see the game being played around you and know how to move smart. So here's your homework for this week. And it's not even in Canvas. It's just mental homework. I want you to notice all the places law shows up in your life. Notice what you're clicking on. Notice what you're signing. Notice when somebody throws paperwork in front of you. Don't even try to understand it yet. Just clock it. Make yourself aware, because awareness is the first step. If you can't see it, you can't protect yourself from it. And trust me, the world is full of people who benefit from you not paying attention. Landlords, lenders, shady contractors, even employers who slip in non-compete clauses hoping you don't notice. They profit off your ignorance. That ends here. So yeah, welcome to week 1 of business law. This class isn't about memorizing dusty rules. It's about survival. It's about playing the game better than 90% of the people out there who are getting hustled without even realizing it. Now stick with me and I'll make sure you're not one of them. That's the kickoff. Next video, I'll show you exactly where you're going to see law in your everyday life. At work, in your side hustles, in the apps on your phone, because once you see it, you'll never be able to unsee it. And that's a good thing. Let's go.